What is going on, guys? Sam here from TST Gaming, and welcome to my 7th episode now of my Better Late Than Never series. If you check out the last episode, you see that we do indeed end up in the final, but I'm just going to announce the rules of the series and the fact that since I've put these episodes out, I have had a few encounters with some EA bullshit, so I have jiggled the rules a little bit. As you see on the screen now, they're the current rules that we've got. So we've got start with a non-rare bronze team, as you can see, and then move on accordingly until a rare gold team is reached. However, I might eventually move on to inform teams if I can afford it. And the change we've made is you have to win the cup to move on, but if you have a non-rare team if you have a non-rare team, you can win 15 games with the team to move on to the rare players, but I didn't include that you have to reach a final before you can do that. So if you win 25 games but don't reach a final, you can't move on. So we start the episode off here, and this is how I was going to go about. You see there that we have one in our trade pile that's sold. I picked a Ramirez up last night, open bid for about 1,400 coins, sold him on for 2,200, so a few hundred coins profit. And we head straight into the final in this episode after we put in our new centre-back signing, who is named Lindsay Rose. He is a very, very good player, actually. He's got 77 pace. I couldn't believe it. I picked him up for 150 coins. His lowest buy now, I think, on the market was about 1,300, so potentially a lot of profit to be made on him, because I presume he's quite a sought-after centre-back, because he's French and fit into a few hybrid teams. But in the 4th minute of the game, a guy bears down the wing and passes across goal. As you see there, I control the defender and run him onto the line. It was a great block in the end. But in the 19th minute, we got a good bit of play here between Koita, and then Akpa is through on goal after taking the ball off his defender, shrugs the defender aside, and that's a fantastic save from his keeper. But 5 minutes later, we do come down. Collett rolls it through to Koita, and I roll under the keeper, and we go 1-0 up in the 27th minute. I was quite happy at this point until the 40th minute, as you can see here, where I'm not really sure what happened. I do get the ball, I block it, and then you see there Rose puts in a tackle, and then after he stops tackling and starts on running, his player seems to fall over. So I thought it was a bit of a dive, but I know they don't exist on this game. But you know what my penalty saving record is like. It is pretty atrocious, so it's going to stay the same. To be honest, he fires it home with Robertson, and that was a really good penalty. Actually, I couldn't save it. It's those kind of penalties that you don't know how to save. But you see there, he goes 2-1 up. But going back to penalties, is when you take a penalty, if you go straight up, all the keeper has to do is stand still and he saves it. If you put it slightly to the side, he can't save it. I don't understand. I haven't worked out myself how to save it. Dyers comes through here, fakes shot and gets it back, but I have no idea how he missed. I was aiming for the back post as well, where the keeper wasn't even there. But he does turn my defender with McGinn in the 75th minute and slots it under the keeper to make it 3-1 and does the most annoying celebration on the game. I absolutely hate that celebration. The flamingo or whatever it's called, the prancing bird, I believe. So Manswood Tongs, or however you pronounce his name, did indeed win in the final, 3 goals to my 1. I thought after Koita scored I was going to go on and hopefully score 2 or 3, but that wasn't the case. He did go on and win, which kind of sucks considering we worked so hard to get to the final and then we just go ahead and lose. However, with the new rule I have now implemented, we have reached the final, but we didn't win. So we only have to go out and win 15 games instead of winning the Bronze Cup. However, that is easier said than done with only a bronze team. If I went into Division 5 to play it, I'd come up against some ridiculous gold teams, which, to be honest, would pee me off even more than playing against bronze teams that have got like that Ebenezer, or have the Australian guy up front who's absolutely ridiculously quick. But we do indeed, as you see there, lose the final, which is annoying as we now have to start back in the round of 16, head into the quarterfinals, head into the semi-finals before reaching the final again, which is quite a long way away. But we do here come up against, in the first round, after spending absolutely ages searching, I'm not sure what it was really, it literally took me about 5 minutes just waiting for it to find an opponent. But after we find an opponent, you will see in a second that the team we come up against is an absolute god gift. 22 chemistry. And it is me to get the game started. I do get tackled there, but Tosgar nicks the ball back and a bit of work, runs past the defenders, but we've got 22 chemistry, and then what a finish. Look at that. absolutely incredible. It's like Fernando Torres when he was at Liverpool. I couldn't believe that he scored there. And in the 17th minute, I do give the ball away, and the guy decides to rage quit. He'd had enough at this point. I was all over him. I thought I was going to go ahead and score 3, maybe 4 at that point. But it was only 1, but decides to give up. And then in the next round, we come up against a guy who I believe he's got 56 chemistry with a manager in the right formation. So he's probably only got, because he's Scottish, he's got a few Scottish players, he's probably hitting around the 40 chemistry mark, which again is not great at all beyond any stretch of the means when I'm playing with 97 or above chemistry. As you can see here, I do leave the first 8 minutes of footage in, but that was just so I could basically talk about ideas that I've got for future series. Maybe as I was thinking, I've watched, I think, Rossi HD's series, who does Mission Impossible, where he goes into Division 1 with a 0 chemistry team. I was thinking about doing that, but trying to work all the way from Division 5 all the way up. This would be for FIFA 14, bear it in mind. You start in Division 5, and then you have to work all the way up, and then eventually win Division 1 with a 0 chemistry team. And then, obviously, most people know Cap Gun Tom's Mission Manchester series. As an Aston Villa fan, I was thinking about doing my own version of that, because you've got Kolibo 3, who does the Real Dale, Cap Gun Tom, who does Mission Manchester. So I wouldn't go ahead and do it without saying, is it alright for me to do it? Because there's people that do like Ruin a Randomer, and they get absolutely slated for copying the CamTasia series. But if you see here, Tuscars does go through, and I'm not really sure what went on. Everyone was falling over, and I end up picking up a penalty in the 7th minute. He does step up then himself after me scrolling through and seeing if I need better penalty takers, but I don't. So he steps up and blazes it over the bar. I was so cross with myself at this point, and it's not until the 32nd minute where he actually comes through and scores. As you can see, I haven't said it yet, but we were both in yellow kits, and the only way to tell us apart was to look at the shorts, which is kind of hard when you're trying to pass it around. But there you go, with Akbar bringing us back on level terms and normal, just firing a goal home. Nice header as I pass it across, and then he does go forward again. I think it's Armstrong who chipped. That's unbelievable goal. What a finish. I couldn't believe a bronze player did that. I was so shocked that even happened. But Collett in the 90th minute, some of this scripting, plays the ball out wide. We move on to ultra attacking, but look at this for a goal. Beats 2 players there, beats a third, and then passes it round the keeper and into the back of the net. So we then head off into extra time. It's not until the 115th minute when Akbar lays the ball out here to, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but he fires it home. I think it's Dormand, yeah, Domarad. He fires it home in the last minute, and then we do indeed pick up another win. So we are now back into the semi-final, only 1 round short of the final again, where we could hopefully pick up the win and then go into rare French players. And you see here we open a few packs. We get 3 Austrians in 1 pack, which is quite bizarre, but we do send the contracts to our club, and then we just look through the stuff, and we get the new home kit for our club just to make our kit slightly different. And you see here he sends a message, and it's a good match. I was thinking, obviously I was expecting like hate, because I scored in the last minute in regular time, and then scored in the last few minutes in injury extra time even. But he said good match. I thought that was quite nice of him, good sporting behaviour. And then we get a pretty decent looking player actually called Cruz, and 100 coins, and we go ahead. So guys, that is going to be the end of the episode now. I did hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately we did lose in the final. If you look on the screen now, you'll see a link to our Twitter, which is also down in the description. So thanks for watching guys, you have been awesome, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.